All right, guys, so we are now on to our second quarterback of the 2023 quarterback class. We are going to look at Christoper Vizzina out of Birmingham, Alabama. He's a 6'4" quarterback, probably weighing about 220 pounds, and this guy definitely has the prototype of a quarterback in terms of his height and weight. At 6'4", and you could see that he's stocky. You could see that he could carry weight, and he's a quarterback that does have some mobility. So Christoper Vizzina, this is a guy who has a compact throwing motion. I believe that his arm will even get a little bit stronger through his senior and maybe, even his years in the college. His mechanics, like even right here, good mechanics in the pocket. His strengths of his game are he can layer the deep ball in there. So, this guy projects to be, a good, solid, college quarterback. You look at the quarterback of Notre Dame, maybe Jack Cohn, a big physical kid, that has a decent arm that can layer the ball in there with touch, and he's definitely going to add depth even to Clemson's quarterback room. But this kid is smart, makes good reads. And, what you like about that throw is that he has control over it. He hangs in the pocket, and he's able to, loft it deep and hit his guy. So here, you have some pocket adversity. He's able to escape a little bit and make a very good throw deep down the field under adversity. So he does have that wiggle in the pocket that you look for. What he'll need to do to really be unbelievable at the next level, he'll need to play with, great anticipation, because he has a good arm. So he has good arm strength, but, there are guys in this class that have stronger arms than Chris. But the thing that Chris, has over those guys is height. He does have mobility, so he is able to run. But there you see he has very good form. Like that's a good throwing motion there for a big guy. That's not a huge loopy release like Carson Wentz. That's a decisive throw. So he's going to have to play on schedule and be on time. Like right there, I love that. On schedule, on time. And you look at maybe the receivers, right, and maybe the receivers are a bit slower. But this is a good throw, and he's able to generate power. So, this is a guy that, probably as an upperclassman, he's going to be a consistent quarterback. Where he fits in best is, you look at the offense that even Tommy Rees ran with Jack Cohn at Notre Dame. And he really strikes me as like a guy like a Boston College or a Notre Dame quarterback, like a guy who can play in the Northeast. He can play in the conditions because of the size. He's a real pro-style guy, so he could throw the ball about 25 to 30 times. You could incorporate him in quarterback run game. And, he's like a great play-action passer. He's going to be really decisive. He's going to pick you apart in the middle of the field. So I think he could really be like a solid quarterback who's going to play, maybe like 4 or 5 years at the college level. And I think he's going to be a pretty good, college quarterback. So you look at Chris here, and again, the strengths of his games are that, he's on time. He's able to step up into the pocket. Here, I really like this. He uncorks a deep ball. You don't see the deep ball, a ton here. Maybe that's just because of, the guys, again, on his team and the route concepts. But I love it here. I like these shorter passes. He's picking people apart. He's a real solid quarterback to the room. And Clemson, he has a great relationship with Brandon Streeter. He goes to a lot of camps there in the South. And you just see he's accurate. He has good touch on the ball, but really Clemson is probably a heavy favorite for this kid at the moment. Good back shoulder here, knows how to locate. So overall, a quarterback, with a solid 4-star ranking right now, going to get good buzz in the process, and he's an accurate passer across the middle of the field. So there are parts of Chris's game that I really, really like for the college level. Listening to some interviews too, quiet, serious leader, intense, and that's the stuff that you want to see. So this guy will be able to move the football up the field. But I see him starting maybe in, the latter half of his college journey. He has a good arm. Is it elite? It's not like an elite arm, but, what Chris is able to do is, he has the height, he has the size, he's able to throw on time. So I think he could really be like a solid player at the college level, Chris Vizzini, really looking at his tape and looking at, his form. And then if he grows the arm and he keeps working and he throws with great anticipation, he can really be like a solid, like a really great college player, even like a little Keaton Slovis. Because he is, kind of that pocket passer, that big guy. So, expect him to be depth to a really great quarterback room. And then I really see him again in the Northeast, like in Boston College or, the old Notre Dame, Wisconsin. I see him being like exactly kind of similar to a Jack Cohn, where he has a solid career, and he plays later as a senior and, can really move the team on the offensive side of the ball. So Chris is going to be a fun quarterback to watch, in the Elite 11 process. I think people are really going to like Chris, and that's kind of how I view him right now. Big quarterback, can be very accurate in the intermediate game, has good technique, good form, will continue to grow into his body. And he has upside. He has size. He has a really good throwing motion. His footwork is excellent. And so he's going to try to get the most out of his abilities. Does he have the strongest arm? I don't think that he has the strongest arm. You can kind of see how he lofts the football up there. But he has a lot of other traits that are, again, going to be valuable. And I see this kid being, a very solid player in college football. So that is Chris Vizzina right here, marking him down, on our 2022, quarterback list.